Welcome to Neville Manifestation, where we don't just talk about change, we step into the version of ourselves that already has it. If you're ready to understand your true creative power and start shaping your reality from within, you're in the right place. Join our membership to go deeper, stay consistent, and surround yourself with a mindset that transforms your life from the inside out. What if everything you've been calling reality is only a reflection of who you believed yourself to be yesterday? What if your circumstances aren't fixed, but quietly waiting for you to choose something different? Right now, in this moment, you are not stuck. You are selecting. And the moment you understand that your inner world is the true cause, everything outside of you begins to change. My friend, take a moment and become quiet, not just on the surface, but within. Don't listen with the part of you that is trying to figure things out. Listen with that deeper awareness inside you, the part that already knows. What I'm sharing with you isn't something new to learn. It's something you're remembering. It's a truth that existed long before beliefs, before religions, even before time itself. It's the same law that brings everything into existence and keeps it there. And it's active in you right now as your own imagination. You've been conditioned to look outward, to work harder, plan more, compete, and control circumstances to get what you want. But the truth is, nothing has ever come from outside of you. The outer world has never been the cause. It has always been the result. It reflects what's happening within you. Your consciousness is the only true reality. There is nothing else. When people think about winning something like the lottery, they focus on numbers, odds, and chance. They see it as a system they have to beat. But all of that belongs to the external world, the world of effects. And that's not where your power lies. Your power is within. The principle is simple and absolute. You don't receive what you wish for. You receive what you accept as true. Whatever you assume to be real will eventually take shape in your life. So if you desire wealth, understand this clearly. The ticket isn't the source. The drawing isn't the cause. Wealth is a state of being. It's a mindset, a level of consciousness that you must step into. Everything already exists. Every version of you already exists. The one who has abundance, the one who lives freely, the one who has already received what they desire. These aren't future events waiting to happen. They are present realities waiting for you to step into them. You don't create these states. You choose them. That's why effort and struggle aren't the answer. This isn't about doing more to become something later. It's about being it now through assumption. The moment you truly feel that your desire is already fulfilled, you shift into that state. And once you're in that state, your world has no choice but to reflect it. Stillness is important here, but not in the sense of doing nothing physically. It's about quieting the doubt, ending the inner conflict. It's reaching a place where you are certain, without needing proof, that what you've assumed is already real. The words "I am" are powerful. Whatever you attach to them, you bring to life. If you say "I am lucky" and you feel it deeply, that becomes your reality. If you say "I always miss out" and believe it, that too will show up in your world. You can't live in two states at once. You can't be someone hoping for something while also being the person who already has it. You can't worry about money and at the same time live in the feeling of financial freedom. One state must be released so the other can take its place. Your past only has power if you keep identifying with it. If you keep replaying old failures, disappointments, or bad luck, you're keeping that version of yourself alive. But the past is just a memory. It only exists if you continue to occupy it now. Let it go and it loses its grip. Step into a new identity, and even your past begins to reshape itself around who you are now. When I talk about receiving abundance, I'm not talking about chance. I'm talking about choosing a state. You decide to be the person who experiences unexpected blessings, who feels secure, who naturally expects good things. And you make that feeling normal. This is where the real secret lies. Feeling. Not forced excitement or over-the-top emotion, but a calm, steady sense that it's already real. Ask yourself honestly, if it were already done, how would you feel? Not later, right now. Would you still worry? Would you still doubt? No. You'd feel relaxed, grateful, at ease. Step into that feeling. Don't push it or overthink it. Just imagine a simple moment that proves your desire is fulfilled. Maybe someone is congratulating you. Maybe you're seeing proof of your success. Maybe you're holding something that represents your new life. Keep it simple, but make it real in your mind. Feel it as if it's happening now. Then let it go. Don't keep checking for signs or forcing it to happen. Once the seed is planted, trust it. If you keep digging it up to see if it's growing, you interrupt the process. Assume it's done and rest in that knowing. That rest, that inner certainty, is the true state of completion. It doesn't come from seeing results first. It comes from knowing you've shifted within. Because the only real change that ever happens is a change in your state of being. Once that changes, everything else follows. You might wonder, what if the numbers don't match? What if the ticket isn't the one? But understand this clearly. The ticket has no real power. The draw itself is not the cause. Reality will organize itself in whatever way is required to reflect the state you've chosen within. It might show up through a lottery or through a completely different path, a gift, an opportunity, or something you never expected. The path doesn't matter. It's not your role to figure that out. What happens next unfolds through what can be called a bridge of events. These are the natural steps that follow once you've truly accepted the end result within yourself. They won't look magical or dramatic. In fact, they may seem random or unrelated, but each step is guided by your inner assumption. You don't have to control them or force anything into place. They will move you, step by step, into the reality you've already claimed internally. This is why I keep saying, don't struggle, don't force, just become aware. This awareness is a kind of inner alignment, a quiet realization that your imagination is the true creative force. When you imagine from the place of already having what you desire, you are using the highest power there is. Nothing stands above it. Life reflects who you are being on the inside. If you carry the identity of someone who expects disappointment, life will mirror that back to you. But if you embody the feeling that life brings you unexpected blessings, then that's exactly what will show up. It works just like a mirror. You don't try to fix the reflection, you adjust yourself and the reflection changes on its own. So if you want wealth, stop trying to change the outside conditions. Instead, change who you are within. Step into the identity of someone who is already secure, already abundant. Feel that steadiness, that confidence, that lack of fear. Once that becomes natural to you, the outer world has no choice but to follow. Faith in this sense isn't about believing in something outside of you. It's about staying loyal to what you've accepted within, even when there's no visible proof yet. What you see around you right now is only the result of past assumptions. It's an echo of what you once believed. Don't let it shake you. If you remain steady in your new state, the old reflection will fade and a new one will take its place. You are not bound by luck or probability. Those ideas belong to the old way of thinking. The truth is, everything begins in consciousness. First comes the assumption, then comes the physical expression. First the inner certainty, then the outer evidence. So if you want to succeed, succeed within first. Feel yourself already victorious. Feel chosen, not in an arrogant way, but as a quiet knowing. Then carry that feeling with you. There's no need to explain it to anyone, no need to prove it or defend it. Just live from it. When you truly step into this state, something shifts inside you. There's a calm confidence, a sense that you no longer need to make anything happen. That's how you know you've entered the state. And once you're there, it will show up in your life. It has to. This law doesn't pick favorites. It simply responds to the state you hold. If you remain in the feeling of fulfillment, then fulfillment will appear. It's that simple. Winning isn't something that happens outside. It's a state you step into. Wealth isn't just money. It's an identity you accept. The lottery isn't the cause. It's just one possible way things might unfold. The only true cause is your consciousness. Let go of the old version of yourself, the one who doubts, who calculates odds, who sees themselves as unlucky. Stop giving that identity attention and it will fade away. Instead, step into the version of you that knows life responds to them. Stay grounded in that knowing. There's no need to push or struggle. You don't have to force anything. The power within you is already doing the work. Your imagination is the source, the creator behind it all. So be still, assume the feeling, know it's done, and allow life to reflect that choice back to you. Stay in this quiet inner space, because this is where real change happens. Not through effort or fear-driven repetition, but through a subtle shift in who you believe yourself to be. You're not trying to attract something or convince life to give you anything. You're recognizing that the power has always been within you. What you call success or winning is simply the visible result of a decision you made internally. Once you truly understand that consciousness is the only reality, you stop fighting with what you see. You stop arguing with facts, because facts are just old assumptions made visible. And if those facts were created by assumption, they can be changed the same way. The world may look solid and fixed, but it isn't. It's flexible, constantly shaped by belief. Change the belief, and the structure of your reality will shift accordingly. The moment you start asking, how is this even possible? You're still thinking from your old identity. That version of you believes in outside causes. It believes numbers decide outcomes, statistics control results, and circumstances exist independently. But the new version of you understands something deeper, that every number, every situation, every so-called random event is ultimately shaped by consciousness. Whether people realize it or not, everything responds to one source, and that source is I am. If you quietly accept, I am someone who is always fortunate, and you actually feel it to be true, life will begin to confirm that in countless ways. On the other hand, if you carry the identity of someone who never wins, the world will reflect that just as faithfully. Life doesn't choose for you, it mirrors what you accept as yourself. That's why I say, truly listen to this once and let it sink in. When it moves beyond just understanding and becomes something you feel at your core, you won't need constant repetition driven by fear. You won't need to keep checking or reassuring yourself. You'll simply know, and that knowing has creative power. There's a big difference between hoping and knowing. Hope still looks outward and waits for something to happen. Knowing is internal, it's steady. It's when you step into the identity of someone who already has what they desire. You're not pretending or forcing anything. You're choosing a state that already exists. Everything already exists. Every possible outcome is already present within consciousness, which is your own imagination. You're not building a future from scratch. You're tuning into a reality that is already there. Think of it like a huge mansion with many rooms. Each room represents a different version of life, a different identity, a different experience. You may have spent time in rooms filled with fear, lack, or disappointment. And because you stayed there, you experienced exactly what those rooms contained. But there are also rooms filled with abundance, success, and unexpected blessings. They're not locked, and they're not reserved for someone else. They're available to you right now. To move into a new room, you don't have to change the entire mansion. You just shift where you stand. You step through a door, and that door is your assumption. The moment you feel as if your desire is already fulfilled, you've entered a new space. Even if the outside world doesn't change immediately, you are no longer in the same state. And because of that, your old experiences begin to lose their hold. Many people make the mistake of stepping into this new state briefly, then going right back to the old one. They feel abundant for a moment, then spend the rest of the day worrying. They claim success inwardly, then speak about lack outwardly. In doing this, they try to live in two states at once, but it doesn't work. One will always dominate. So once you step into the state of already having what you want, stay there. Not by forcing it, but by choosing it again and again. When thoughts of lack or doubt come up, don't fight them. Just don't give them your attention. Gently return to the feeling of fulfillment. Think of it this way. You don't get rid of weeds by pulling at them constantly. You get rid of them by stopping the attention and energy you give them. Your attention is what gives life to anything. Whatever you focus on grows stronger. If you keep focusing on doubt, it expands. If you focus on certainty, that becomes stronger. Your outer world is simply the result of what you consistently focus on and feel to be true. What you feel deeply gets impressed into your subconscious, and your subconscious doesn't question it. It accepts it as fact and brings it into form. So instead of feeding fear or lack, begin to impress your mind with the feeling of already being successful, already being secure, already being supported. Don't do it mechanically. Make it real in your imagination. Experience it. At night, when everything is quiet and your body is relaxed, imagine a short, simple scene that implies your desire is already fulfilled. Maybe someone is congratulating you. Maybe you feel their handshake, hear their voice, see their smile. Let it feel real, as if it's happening right now. Then drift off to sleep in that feeling. Sleep is powerful because it allows your subconscious to accept what you carry into it. Whatever you fall asleep feeling sinks deeper and begins to grow. But don't confuse the method with the power itself. The technique is just a tool. The real power is the identity you accept. If you truly see yourself as someone who is blessed, supported, and favored by life, you'll notice things begin to shift in ways that don't seem logical. That's because logic is based on past experiences, while this law works from your present state of being. You might look at your current situation and feel like it doesn't match what you're imagining, but that doesn't matter. What you see now is just the result of old assumptions. Stay loyal to the new state, and the reflection will change. You might look at your current situation, your bank balance, or what's happening around you, and call that reality. But that's only a reflection of what you used to believe. It's an echo, not the source. The true reality is within you, in your consciousness. When your inner belief changes, the outer world has no choice but to follow, because it has no independent life of its own. What you see around you is simply you expressed outwardly. Or randomness. What looks like chance is actually the natural unfolding of a state you've accepted within yourself. So when I talk about winning the lottery, I'm not focusing on the method itself. I'm pointing you toward a state of complete confidence in your ability to create. The lottery can simply represent sudden wealth if that idea resonates with you, but it's only a symbol. What matters is the state behind it. Ask yourself honestly, if you were completely free financially right now, how would you feel? Would you feel calm, safe, open, and generous? Then allow yourself to feel that way now, not as a daydream, but as something real. Your mind might argue and tell you it's not true. That's just your old identity trying to hold its ground. You don't need to fight it. Let it speak and fade away. Your job is simply to return, again and again, to the new state until it becomes more familiar than the old one. States only continue because you keep returning to them. When you stop occupying the state of lack, it has no way to survive. Over time, if you stay consistent, feeling abundant will stop being something you try to do. It will just become natural. And from that place, things will start to shift on the outside. You might feel guided to take a certain action, meet someone unexpected, or find opportunities appearing in ways you didn't plan. It doesn't matter how it happens. The how is not your responsibility. Your only role is to remain aligned with the state you've chosen. And that's not a burden, it's your power. You are responsible because you are the one creating. At every moment, you're identifying with the state. Either you're choosing doubt or certainty, lack or abundance. Whatever you consistently align with will shape your experience. So choose deliberately, and once you've chosen, relax into it. This isn't complicated or mysterious. It's actually very simple and natural. You've been doing it your entire life without realizing it. You once assumed you were limited, and your life reflected that. You assumed you were unnoticed, and that became your experience. Now, begin to assume that you are deeply supported, that life is working in your favor, that you are already blessed, and watch how things begin to change. There's no favoritism in how this works. It responds only to what you accept as true. So take this in once and let it settle within you. You're not waiting for something to happen. You're not hoping anymore. You are already someone for whom abundance is normal. You are someone who naturally attracts good fortune. Let yourself feel that. Know it without needing proof. Rest in that inner certainty. And just as naturally as day follows night, your outer world will begin to rearrange itself to match what you have accepted inside. Because consciousness is the only true reality. Your imagination is the creative force. And whatever you truly accept as real within you will in time take form in your world. Nothing outside of you has the final say. Everything begins and is shaped within. The moment you stop chasing and start knowing, your life shifts from uncertainty to quiet power. You are not waiting for change, you are the source of it. Stay rooted in the feeling of already having, already being, and let the world mirror that certainty back to you. Because what you consistently accept as true within